Big news is shaking up the trenches, 12s, and you are not going to believe what is happening inside the Seahawks facility right now. We have a major development regarding our offensive line that could completely change the outlook for this upcoming season. A promising rookie is turning heads and making a serious push to claim a starting role immediately, putting the pressure on the veteran unit. Before we dive into this critical situation and analyze how this affects our quest to repeat as champions, we need your passion to keep this channel growing. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers and join our unstoppable legion. Beau Stevens is currently asserting himself into a highly competitive battle for the starting right guard position during his rookie season with the Seattle Seahawks. It is not often that a fifth-round pick finds himself in such a significant position, especially when joining a team that currently holds the title of defending NFL champions. The path for Stevens began when Seattle executed a trade, sending a 2027 fourth-round pick to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for the 148th overall selection in this year's draft. With that selection, the organization chose the former Iowa offensive lineman. The scouting profile for Stevens was exceptional, as he was ranked as one of the highest-rated guards in the nation according to PFF. Specifically, Stevens earned an impressive overall grade of 87.7. placing him third among all guards, and he led the position group in pass protection with a standout grade of 92.5. This high level of technical efficiency is exactly what led the Seahawks to target him as a foundational piece for the offensive interior. The decision to move future assets to acquire a player of his caliber signals a clear intent to address the line immediately. As the team prepares for the upcoming challenges of the 2026 campaign, all eyes are on the transition of this rookie into the professional ranks. With the season-opening rematch of Super Bowl LX against the New England Patriots fast approaching, the spotlight on his development is only going to intensify. The organization has made it clear that they are big believers in what he brings to the field. He is not just another name on the depth chart. He is a direct candidate to occupy a starting spot on the front line. Go Hawks! The investment that Seattle made in Beau Stevens is a direct reflection of the effectiveness he demonstrated while playing for the Hawkeyes. This is precisely why analysts, including Gary Davenport from Bleacher Report, believe that the coaching staff views Stevens as a legitimate starter for the current season. The primary catalyst for this shift at the right guard position is the inconsistent performance displayed by Anthony Bradford during the 2025 campaign. Data provided by PFF highlights why the team is looking for a change, as Bradford struggled significantly in pass protection throughout the previous year. Specifically, the metrics attributed 3 sacks and 28 total pressures to Bradford during that period. In stark contrast, the production from Stevens at the collegiate level was remarkably clean, as he did not allow a single sack in either of his last 2 seasons at Iowa. This stark disparity in pass-blocking efficiency is the foundational reason for the potential roster shift. Davenport noted that Bradford is viewed as the weakest link on the current unit, which creates an opening for a new starter to step into the mix. This transition is not merely speculative, it is a tactical adjustment aimed at shoring up the protection for the quarterback. For a team aiming to defend its title, the stability of the offensive line is paramount. By integrating a player who has shown such high-level reliability in pass sets, the Seahawks are positioning themselves to mitigate the risks that plagued them last year. The transition of Beau Stevens from a draft prospect to a potential starter is a narrative that will define the team's offensive identity as they prepare for the high-stakes environment of the 2026 season. Why does this matter right now for the Seattle Seahawks? The situation surrounding the right guard spot is critical because the offensive line serves as the engine for the entire offensive scheme. With the team aiming to repeat as champions, every position on the field is under intense scrutiny, and the interior line is no exception. Integrating a rookie like Beau Stevens is a strategic move to improve upon the protection metrics that hindered the offense in 2025. If Stevens can translate his collegiate dominance in pass protection to the professional level, it would fundamentally change the floor of the offensive unit. A more reliable right guard provides the quarterback with the necessary time to execute complex passing concepts, which is essential for the team's success in competitive matchups. Furthermore, this move is about maximizing the current championship window by filling holes with players who possess the specific skill sets needed to succeed. The reliance on rookie production is always a risk, but in the case of Stevens, the high PFF grades suggest a level of preparedness that transcends the typical learning curve of a fifth-round pick. If he secures the starting role as expected, it stabilizes the front five, and allows the rest of the unit to function with greater cohesion. This is not just about replacing one player. It is about upgrading the structural integrity of the line to ensure the offense can compete at the highest level. The team's ability to successfully integrate players into these high-pressure roles will be a determining factor in their performance. With the season opener against New England looming, having a solidified answer at guard is a priority that the team is clearly addressing through the rapid development of their newest draft acquisition. Beau is not the only member of the 2026 draft class that the Seahawks could lean heavily on as they look to maintain their competitive edge. The organization is preparing to integrate several rookies into key roles across the roster, demonstrating a deep trust in the evaluation process led by General Manager John Schneider. Among these rookies is first-round pick Jadarian Price, who is expected to become a key piece of the running back rotation. Reports from Seahawks on SI's Jeremy Brenner suggest that Price is already prepared for a major role in the offense, which adds another dimension to the team's ground attack. Beyond the backfield, the secondary is also seeing significant changes involving new talent. Second-round pick Bud Clark is currently in the mix for the starting spot at safety. While unseating an established player like Ty Okada will be a difficult task, Clark is expected to be a key piece of the secondary rotation, regardless of whether he earns the starting nod immediately. The defensive backfield is undergoing a necessary evolution following the departure of Rick Woolen, who signed with the Philadelphia Eagles during the offseason. To fill that void, the team is looking toward third-round pick Julian Neal. He is currently in line to step into the role left vacant by Woolen, representing another instance where the team is relying on fresh talent to fill a critical position. The collective success of these rookies will ultimately decide the effectiveness of the team's depth chart. Each of these players, including Stevens, represents a strategic investment designed to keep the roster fresh and capable of competing for another title. The reliance on this class highlights the team's philosophy of constant evolution. The overarching strategy of the Seattle Seahawks for the 2026 season is inextricably linked to the performance of this most recent draft class. General Manager John Schneider has earned a reputation for being excellent in the draft, and the current state of the roster is a testament to that track record. The team is not standing pat. They are actively inserting young, high-potential players into the starting lineup and the primary rotation. Beau is the centerpiece of this effort on the offensive line, as his specific skill set in pass protection is intended to provide a much-needed upgrade to the unit. When looking at the moves made, it is clear that the organization is not afraid to prioritize talent over tenure, as evidenced by the intense competition at right guard and the projected roles for rookies like Jadarian Price, Bud Clark, and Julian Neal. As the team moves toward the rematch of Super Bowl LX against the New England Patriots, the composition of the roster is shifting to accommodate these new faces. The outcome of the training camp battles will determine if this infusion of youth can uphold the high standards set by the previous championship team. Every snap taken by a rookie during these early stages of the season carries immense weight, as it serves as a barometer for how quickly the team can reload. The narrative of this 2026 campaign will be defined by whether or not these young players can make the leap to professional-level production. With the talent evaluation of John Schneider as the foundation, the team remains focused on its next steps. The focus is squarely on the field, where these rookies will have their first opportunity to prove that the team's faith in their abilities was well placed and that they are ready to contribute to another successful year.